Your mom had been praying for me for 5 years. I finally come and I get kicked out of the church. I've been visiting with prisoners for the past 40 years, and I tell that story in there, and they says, well, I've been kicked out of a lot of places, but never out of a church. That prayer that I had when I was 20 years old, God was about to answer my prayer. My life is like Jesus drove up in his car and he said, get in, we're going for a ride. And my whole life has been going for a ride with Jesus. And he says, I had a horrible dream about you last night. I said, oh, what was it? And his wife says, yeah, he jumped right out of bed. I said, well, what was it? He says, they brought you in dead. I don't know how you died, he says, but they brought you in dead. It was horrible. An old neighbor of ours, Al Owens, and didn't know this other guy at all, never met him or anything. And he calls me up and he says, hey, I only got a few minutes, but he says, I had a horrible dream about you last night. You were dead and Joe was all alone. I thought, oh, okay. Here's the same dream, and I started to be like more serious. Well, what are you trying to tell me, Lord? Yeah, I think there's a misconception of what it's like going in prison. People will say to me, oh, well, God bless you, that must be really hard. I say, no, I'm going to prison to get encouraged. There's a realization when you go in and meet with these men, they're just like the rest of us. You know, I really lived for the devil for 30 years. I could have been in prison if I got caught. And even things that I did that were not illegal are just as destructive to society. And I go in there and I see myself in them. They're just human beings struggling with life. I have a saying, everybody has a life and everybody struggles with it.